What's up, guys? Welcome back. This is going to be game number 2 here between the little one and Grubby. And yes, this is a best of 7 series, and this is game number 2. The little one did unfortunately lose the last game. Well, unfortunately for the little one, and very fortunately for Grubby. But anyways, this time we're here on Shattered Temple, and we can see right now the little one as our Red Terran player spawning here in the 9 o'clock position. Over here, right across the map, directly cross-positional here is Grubby, and he, of course, is our green Protoss player, spawning here in the 3 o'clock. So yes, game number 2 here in this best of 7 between these two players, and as mentioned prior, Grubby did win the first game. Just some very nice early game defense against the little one's harassment. The little one first attempted for some Hellion drop harass, which was spotted by a proxy pylon of Grubby, and then attempted for some Banshee harass, but that was taken out by some stalkers at Grubby as well, as the little one was also attempting to push with some of his bios. So those weren't the biggest things in the game. Obviously, the biggest thing was the fact that Grubby managed to take out the little one's third 2 times. I mean, that was just devastating for the little one, and really what caused him to lose that game. So anyways, enough about that game. Let's go ahead and get into this one. Grubby will be dropping down his gateway, and then I do expect him to go and move out with that scout immediately after. Now back over here inside of the little one's main, we are going to want to keep an eye on when those refineries come down. Going to be very determined as to what's going on. The standard timing is, of course, going to be at 13 supply, and still hasn't gotten it. He's sitting at 14 right now, so this is interesting indeed. We will have to see if he decides to attempt to try to go off for some sort of a fast expansion build. Now we can see right now the scout for Grubby is moving first in that 12 o'clock position. Then I do expect him to move down over into the 9 o'clock, which is where the little one is currently located. Back here inside of his main, we can see that one assimilator is up, dropping down that next pylon, and here comes that cybernetics core, and then that second assimilator. We'll need to see when that does get placed down as well. Now we have that first Marine coming, and again, yes, no refinery, so we are seeing a quick expand build for the little one. Now the probe scout is coming right now. If the little one can get this Marine out and take that out before he scouts out what's going on, but I don't think it's gonna happen. And here we go, Grubby moving right on up, and let me see what he ends up seeing. What am I doing? There we go, that's what I wanted to check. But yes, he did see the fact, of course, that there is no refinery up right now, so this is a dead giveaway to Grubby that the little one will be expanding. He's also obviously sacrificing his probe to get that scouting information, but it really is worthwhile because seeing no refinery, as I mentioned, is a total giveaway that yes, the little one is coming out with that quick expand. So that's that's informing what Grubby's going to be doing. Something else too, and this is actually a great opportunity right now for Grubby. This initial stalker has an opportunity to do quite a bit of damage, given the fact that the little one just will be sitting with Marines early on. That stalker with some proper micro can really soften them up, if not even kill a few of those Marines. So we will have to see how the little one decides to defend against that. We have that second Rax. I do honestly really want to see a bunker come out, simply because that's going to allow him to properly deal with that first stalker. So there we go, that stalker's coming through. Here comes a sentry as well. And hopefully Grubby does decide to expand, unless he's trying to push really hard instead, but still hasn't dropped any other. Wow, and coming out the robotics. This is interesting in all honesty. I really expected Grubby to just go 1 gate expand, given the fact that he was almost 100% certain that the little one was expanding, given the fact that there was no gas early on. And actually, wow, Grubby's just searching for that SCV, and he's going to be able to catch it, I believe. Here we go. That SCV is a goner right now. Just a little bit of micro there from that stalker is enough to take it out, and finally then heading out. I was just going to say I'm surprised that he didn't just head straight to the little one's base to try to just soften up those Marines and do a little bit of damage. Obviously really wanting to stop that secondary scouting that was coming out, though, was his primary reason behind that. Now we do have that bunker attempting to get built, but here comes that stalker right now, and again, he should be able to do a little bit of damage. They are faster than those Marines, plus with some micro. Look at just, again, one of them in the orange, a couple of them in the yellow as well. Softening up those Marines is a big problem if the Grubby decides to pull out with an engagement before medevacs come into play, because that means, you know, these are forever injured until medevacs come on the board. So that's a very strong tactic, basically, is the whole point behind that. But here's that expansion coming out right now, in spotting the fact that those bunkers were getting placed up. Now he's absolutely certain, if he wasn't already before, that the little one is in fact coming out with that expansion. Now we do have that observer that did come through. We also have 2 gateways, so sitting 2 gate robo right now. And again, here comes that expansion. Grubby's going to be quite a bit behind in that expo. And again, I'm a little bit surprised that he decided to drop that robo before the Nexus, given what he saw from the little one. That's the primary reason that I am surprised. He may have also thought, though, that there were some proxy racks expansion, there may have been a Marine SCV all-in. That's possible. He did check down here with that Stalker, probably checking for that very thing. Now, we do have a Reaper coming out right now for the little one. We'll be moving across the map and trying to move into the main base here of Grubby and get some scouting done. He can engage in a sentry one-on-one, but doesn't want to engage that whole big group, and walking right by him, scouting that expansion right now. So there we go. The little one's fully aware of what's going on. He's then moving right into the main to get a bit of scouting done over here as well, just checking those production buildings. There's a free worker kill. Might as well take a couple of those while I'm in here as well. And actually, there's a second right now, so the Reaper sitting on 2 kills. Will want to micro away, though, and they actually managed to keep a lot of guys off that resource line for quite some time. Grubby engaging with so many of those workers. And now we're losing another one before he killed him. Also scouting out that robotics base. So there you go, Grubby going for that very, very, very fast Colossus there to coincide with this expansion. So he's probably going to be pushing out sometime in the not too distant future, getting Colossus that hard this early on, just going straight, 2-gate into that Colossus. That's a very strong aggressive move in terms of the build order itself. So Grubby should be looking to push out once he has a few of those Colossus in play. Scouting that out, we can see that factory right now coming out for the little one. Will obviously be working right into that starport, and I would not be at all surprised if he went straight Viking and even skipped a medevac, or maybe getting 1 medevac, 1 Viking to start, and then following that up with 2 Vikings once he gets a reactor in play as well. Simply because he did scout out that bay with that Reaper, and yeah, obviously it's not even tip off. This is what's happening, is what it is. It clearly tells him that Colossus are about to hit the map, so he needs to be prepared for those most certainly. So yes, there's that reactor, and here is that starport as well. And actually coming out of the second starport because he is concerned about what is likely to be that heavy Colossus army. And there's a scan spotting that first Colossus already. We've got that thermal lance coming out, still just sitting on those 2 gateways. Ground forces very small at this point in the game. Aside from those Colossus, the gateway army is very small, but obviously again, keep in mind these Colossus so expensive, and that is why the Zealot and Sentry count is so very small, because he's just dumping so many resources into these Colossus plus that thermal lance. So their second Colossus is out. Here comes a third Colossus. We do also have him getting ready to move on into that third expansion. Back over here for the little one. Again, we do see these double starports out, and there are the double Vikings, again, starting things out just with those double Vikings, not even bothering getting an initial medevac. We've got 2 engineering bays, 1 research is coming through. We do need an armory for him to work onto those level 2, and actually that armory is just about finished. I don't know where that is, though. There it is right there. Oh, no, SCV trapped in the corner. That's very, very sad. Very sad indeed. The little one getting ready to move on into his third expansion at the same time. Here comes a push across the map. We've got 2 Colossus there. Here's that third one just about finished. So again, big strong push. Keep in mind though, we do have these Vikings, and there really isn't a ton of anti-air. Grubby's going to want to warp in a couple more Stalkers. We do have this proxy pylon getting placed over here, pushing forward with those Stalkers and sentries, providing a buffer for those Colossus. We've got 1 Marauder moving across the map, and he's actually checking this corner. We'll be breaking down these rocks and then pushing on into the third over here. But here comes the push right now, taking advantage of that superior range. Now we do have those Vikings trying to come down, but there's enough anti-air to at least scare them off for a moment. Needs to be very, very careful. Doesn't really want to lose his Colossus again for Grubby. This is such a large investment. So the little one, if he can get a proper position here, he's got 3 more Vikings. Once those come into play, Grubby's going to have a very hard time keeping these Colossus alive, even with the amount of anti-air he has. Sitting on 5 now. This is going to be a problem. So here comes Engage right now, pushing forward, and those force fields going down, trying to help a bit, but it's not going to be enough. The Stalkers need to provide a buffer, but again, with those Marines and Marauders, that will be difficult. There we go, moving back to that proxy pylon, turning around to engage. We got some more Stalkers being warped in. Stalkers trying to target fire down those Colossus. There's just 2 Colossus left, though. Marauders pushing forward, seeing some nice micro here, trying to pull back with those Colossus, but it was not enough. All of the Colossus get taken out. We've got a few more Zealots pushing forward, and Grubby obviously managing to mop up the bio there, but the fact that he lost his Colossus is a big deal. Grubby a little bit fearful of walking into these bunkers at the moment, pulling back, and actually going to be walking back to the home base here. We can see right now this Marauder working his way through those rocks. Got those about half health right now. Back over here, we do have the little one at this expansion. Expansion just getting dropped here for Grubby. Little one, of course, has been ahead so far in this game in terms of expansions. We can take a look at that income tab, and we will see, yes, that big advantage going to the little one as a result. Obviously, mules playing into there as well when it comes to the increased minerals that are being gathered there for the little one. So Grubby is a bit behind, but do keep in mind he did manage to do quite a bit of damage. As you can see, the little one is behind Grubby right now in terms of the resources he did lose. Even though Grubby lost those 3 very expensive Colossus, he still isn't as far behind as the little one is right now. We got one Submarine pinging away at that pylon. I don't really know what's going to happen to him, but I'm guessing it's not going to be good at all. Observer moving across the map. Do we have any more observers in play? No, just that one actually right now. And oh wow, he's not even bothering coming out with any more Colossus. So he's really hoping at this point that the little one overcompensates for those Colossus by getting a ton of Vikings. And he's got 4 Vikings right now. No more coming out though. But he is hoping that the little one does attempt to overcompensate for Colossus, and as a result, this transition here into those Dark Templar plus the Blink Stalkers could be pretty devastating if he's invested so many resources into those Vikings. And Grubby moving out here with this one Zealot, sitting with just the 1 kill, trying to chase down some of these SCVs, going to be able to get at least 1 more SCV kill. Let's see if he gets a second here as well. No, a little trap there, a little bit of bugging out there with those SCVs, getting that full surround. There's that Observer Scout checking everything that's going on, and right now Grubby's feeling pretty confident that Blink research is just about to finish. He just has 1 Colossus right now. The Dark Shrine is almost done over there as well. We got some more units being warped in over here with vision of the high ground. Zealot's doing a bit of damage over there. Grubby forced to push back right now, though those bunkers proving to be a little bit detrimental with that mass SCV repair. Couldn't really break through those at all, and that was forcing Grubby to pull back. So here we go, Dark Shrine almost finished. Zealots have been taken care. No, they haven't. Zealots are going to town over here. Look at these guys. 3 kills there, 1 kill there, and 0 for that, but still killing off a few SCVs. We got that Zealot moving on down over here, maintaining vision on the high ground. Let's see if we get any more warp-ins here at all. I would really like to see some DT warp-ins. Take out that turret and then just continue along your merry way. Not able to do that yet. Losing vision of the high ground from that Observer as well. Again, unfortunately, this harassment has been stopped over here. Nice job there by the little one, but here we go. DT moving straight up the middle, checking that high yield as well. DT will be walking into that missile turret, though. Not able to engage in that position. He didn't even actually lose anything but his shields, though. So the DT might actually try to work back here, try to get these destructible rocks down, and then see what he can do from there, although not going to be able to really happen with the cloak detection from this turret, plus that Marauder over there. Moving into the high yield right in the middle. Grubby does have his 3rd saturated right now, so he's getting that high yield up. Do we have another attempted expansion? No, not yet. We do have some ghosts coming into play. Actually, some nuking will be going on. And look at these upgrades. He's working his way into 3-3 already. We're not even at the 20-minute mark. And look at Grubby. Grubby severely under-upgraded in comparison to the little one. And this could certainly be a problem, and that could be a big part of the reason why the little one was able to push back that engagement so easily. So hopefully Grubby gets going on this. He does have the level 2 weapons upgrade coming through right now. Grubby, if he can get up this expansion and defend it, then he's going to be in a good spot. Zealot sitting idly. He could have had an opportunity to kill this Marauder. Not sure it's going to happen now, though. Let's see what happens. Zealot moving forward. One shot. Does he get the second? And he does. Unbelievable. Zealot taking out that Marauder. That was pretty intense, I'd have to say. Here goes some DT trying to get a couple of kills here. Does need to be wary of an EMP, though, that will take him out. Keep in mind, we do have a nuke here. And uh-oh, the DT will be going straight forward. There's a scan, though, and he manages to keep that ghost alive. So this is a big strong push right now coming out from the little one. We can see those two ghosts foraying away from the rest of the group right now. One DT gets scanned. There's the nuke, and he's going to be forced to cancel that, I assume. He's actually trying to draw him into the nuke, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Pulling away at the last moment. So that, unfortunately, was a wasted nuke. Is going to land on the DT. The poor DT. Oh, the poor DT gets taken out. Here's an engagement right now. Marines and Marauders pushing down, trying to move into Grubby's high yield. This is the problem, though. Here come those charged Zealots. And unfortunately, that seems to be a wasted opportunity. At the same time, we got a drop here in the main. The little one forcing the stoppage of mining over there. Charged Zealots mopping up the rest of this. We do have those guys lifted up, though, into those medevacs. So should be dropping them into a different position. A few Vikings sitting over here. This drop still doing a bit of damage. Here's the scan taking out the DT. And we should be seeing the drop here at that expansion. And there we go. The units of Grubby trying to catch up right now. The little one managed to do a pretty good job so far, doing quite a bit of damage. That armor upgrade is just about finished. There we go. Picking up the units. Walking through a storm, though. And here we go. The Marauder still in this main. We'll be taking out the Nexus. Grubby losing that Nexus. Nothing he can do about that at all. He is supply blocked right now. Vikings getting taken out over here. We've got a couple of ghosts being dropped as well as that Marine. Well, I don't know how much damage they're going to do. That DT is going to take them out, no problem. But this drop is still doing so much damage. Few units sitting here in the middle, and Grubby a little fed up with this. Is he heading out for a counterattack? No, he's not. He needs to walk back home to deal with this because he's taking heavy losses, unpowering all of these warp gates, and Grubby sitting at a hefty supply block right now. 149 out of 118. It's going to be a little while until Grubby breaks that. He needs to drop down quite a few pylons to surpass that. But that was a very nice engagement there by the little one. Wasted nuke, no big deal. It did kill a DT. He had a little engagement down here at the same time. We saw that drop going down, and oh, there we go, redropping right now. The little one getting ready to snipe down some more of these buildings. Should be happening any moment now. At the same time, though, here comes the counter push. We got a ghost in the mix there as well with those charged zealots, and actually no, walking back again because of the little one's drop. The little one dealing with a little bit of DT harass over here. Hopefully he manages to take care of that. These marauders trying to do a bit of damage, wedging themselves in between these buildings, making it harder for the zealots to actually get up on them and do too much damage. But we got the blink stalkers moving forward, trying to take out those medevacs as well. 2 medevacs are still alive. No, one gets dropped. There's a second one, and the little one's attack has finally been taken care of by Grubby. But my gosh, the little one doing so much damage there. The scan getting dropped over there, taking out that Dark Templar. We do have that Planetary Fortress coming on through. Should be seeing a missile turret or two. There we go. At least the one will be getting placed over there. That was very nice. So the little one should be ahead. Oh, the little one is a little bit behind, actually, surprisingly enough. But let's take a look at the income tab. And yes, the little one is ahead. The gas being, of course, that very important resource late game. And he's got an advantage on that. Big EMPs going down. Some more. That one did nothing. But still, there were some very big EMPs. And Grubby's units lacking shields whatsoever. Some stim and micro should be enough here. Plus those upgrades, the little one just tearing through Grubby's units right now. He's moving in hot pursuit right now. We've got a few more charged zealots, but here we go. Micro back with some concussive shell action. Few Marines sitting idly in the middle. Hopefully those move forward to engage, and I think the little one should be fine. Yes, he will be. Certainly those upgrades are coming into play at this point in the game. Still some units sitting idly over there. Some over here as well. There's another medevac. Little one should be finally grabbing those up, making those into one big control group, and then continuing up his pressure, because he's certainly in no position right now to let down this aggression, because he can go ahead and afford to do what he's doing right now. Grubby's in a very, very hurt position right now. In fact, we can see right now, just sticking with those charged zealots and those stalkers, we do have actually a big warp in there of High Templar. And look at all those Archons. Wow, he just dumped so many resources into all of those High Templar, trying to come out with some Archons there. He will be trying to move at the middle. Do we have any more Ghost in play? None at the moment, though some are being created. We also have that nuke that is finished as well, so he's got an opportunity to drop that once he does get some Ghost in play, and actually shooing back Grubby's army right now. Pulling back to the safety of those Archons. He's got these few High Templar ready to drop some storms, and let's see how this ends up going through. And the push is coming. There's that stim. Don't know where those medevacs are going. We've got some units moving over there, forced to pull back right now. And here we go, some Marines and Marauders moving in this direction. They will be actually stopping this expansion. Should be forcing that cancellation. There we go. So Grubby, that's going to delay him quite a bit in getting that expo up. These Marines and Marauders are goners right now, but the little one doing the damage. And it's really unbelievable. You know, I do expect he is finally actually ahead in terms of resource loss so far this game, but he's just been doing a tremendous job. Now we do have a little bit of a counter action here going on. A couple of DT getting ready to move across the map. Those will get taken out, no problem though, by this planetary with that missile turret spotting them there. And there we go. Finally, the DT deciding to pull back. He will be trying to take this free kill of that refinery though. Big push from Grubby with all these Archons. Actually, he's still just sitting in the middle. Is he contending with anything at home? No, he's not. So should be continuing up this aggression. We do have a few medevacs, and those are grabbed there by the little one. So rallying up his forces. There's a scan right now, so the little one knows where Grubby's army is and what he has. And oh boy, that is a lot of Ghost. 8 Ghosts right now. Should be seeing some massive EMPs landing right on those High Templar. No more energy for any of those High Templar, so there will be no storms anytime soon. And that alone, a single EMP, was enough to force this entire army of Grubby to push back. He just does not want to engage without being able to storm this heavy bio army. It's just a little bit too threatening when that's the case. Cloak research just about finished. We also have this Raven moving with the main force. That'll help him deal with those Dark Templar. We are sitting with one DT over here, another one sitting over here as well, but here comes that push. The cloak research is up right now, so let's see what happens. There's one EMP. Should be seeing a few more EMPs. This could be a problem for Grubby. He's losing most of those shields of those Archons, and oh, he EMP'd those as well. So those high Templar get EMP, not able to drop storms. They instead drop some feedbacks, but they're going to be taken out, and this is not good at all right now for Grubby. This push of the little one will be nuking. Oh my gosh, nuke going down right on those warp gates. I'll be sure to go back to that before it finishes. Here's all the bile shredding at the high yield. The nuke comes down. Here we go. Dropping a missile turret there as well. Boom, right on top of everything. Managed to do quite a bit of damage, taking out only really those shields. Did manage to unpower those because he took out that pylon, and this is going to allow his bio to mop that up very quickly. He has taken out the high yield already. There is no return favor going down. Looks like there were some zealots over here. I can't believe I missed that. Lots of zealots warped in from this warp prism, but that's going to be taken care of. Grubby's not in a good position, even with those zealots there. There's the big storm going down on most of the bio there for the little one, but I don't think that's going to be enough. We've got a Colossus sitting back here. The zealots finally mopped up right now. We do have that warp prism. Could warp in some more units, so I don't know how much it's actually going to be able to do. Pushing forward right now with that Colossus. Needs to be careful, though. It's going to get target fired, and there we go. Target firing it down, and see you later, Colossus. The little one tearing through the rest of the forces here of Grubby, and he's killed off all of those gateways that he did nuke there as well. Going to be killing off a few more of these gateways. Grubby's in a terrible, terrible position right now. He's not doing any damage in return at all, and he's just taking it. He's just taking it right now. That's basically it. I don't even need to say any more. We got some reinforcements here from the little one, and spotting those is enough for Grubby to call the GG. Pretty intense game number 2. We are tied up now 1-1 between the little one and Grubby. We'll be moving on to game number 3 in just one moment. As always, guys, if you like the content, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Keep watching and keep owning.